Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's January 14th, 2019. I'm still down in the root cellar making some more progress. You can see behind me back here that I have made some progress getting some of the shelving up, and I'll go over that in just a second. But down here in the largest zone in the root cellar, I've gotten all of the hardy backer board, the cement board, half-inch thick cement board up that really is moisture resistant and mold resistant. I've gotten at least 2 coats of the mold resistant primer on the walls. I don't think I'm going to be putting a finished coat on here since I've gotten at least 2 good coats on each wall surface. The other 2 zone areas, the entrance zone over here where the spiral staircase is, where apples, that sort of produce will be going in there, relatively high moisture content, still well ventilated and cool. And then the area back here, I'll make updates about those as I make progress. I haven't gotten all the painting done in those two sections yet. But I've been saving glass shelving now for since the 1980s. And when I could get pieces of glass and all for future shelving, and I've gotten some of those up over there. And I thought I'd go over the shelving units that I'm putting up, and so they're doing the same thing on this wall here. So that's what's going to come up next. So let me just spend a couple of seconds here talking about elements whenever I'm considering the design of something. So even in a root cellar, coming down to use this as our storage area or grocery shopping area throughout the winter months is really important. And even all seasons we come down here. So we really want it to be easy access, clean, easy to maintain, a really good user interface. In other words, easily accessible, so we can see just how much of what materials we need, what the ages are, easy, so there isn't a complicated rotation process, and the maintenance has to be really good. So the user interface is what it's all about, because unless it's inviting, it can be a place that you just don't want to go to. And this is a place that minimally needs to be visited once a week to stay on top of things. And there'll be things that I incorporate in this system here that I'll share with you over time as I get the time. But right now we're talking about the shelving units that we've chosen. So now the glass shelving I've been saving since the 80s. 80s and 90s is when I got just about all this glass shelving. I've been putting it in storage in different areas. Some of it's been broken. I've lost some of it over time, so I don't have as much as I used to have. But we have enough to go ahead and get most of this wall set at this point. Why do I want to use the glass? Well, because it's easy to clean, it's easy to see through to the next shelf level as well. There isn't going to be mold, there aren't going to be any pest problems either. So metals and glass actually work out very well as long as they're very well coated and the humidity and environment, the circulation down here works well. So whenever I'm considering the design of anything that I'm constructing or rebuilding on site, I'm thinking about the user interface. You know, how accessible is it? Is the area inviting? Is it enjoyable when you're in the area? Do you leave the area feeling better than when you first came down in the area? What's the user interface? Is it something that's really well organized and easily laid out so that you can accomplish what you need to accomplish in a short period of time? And a root cellar isn't always the most pleasant place to go to, some of the root cellars I've been in, and that's why I took the time to really spend the time organizing and designing this system. There'll be a lot more to go on in the future in future videos, but today I thought I'd talk a little bit more about the shelving. Now, as I've mentioned before, we've used shelving in all of our different buildings on site over the years. And some shelving, I started off with some shelving that was rough cut wood. Then I used pine boards and cedar boards coated with polyurethane. I've used metal bracket shelving. We've used the standard shelving that you can pick up at the box office stores and gone to plastic as well. And one of the materials that I'm using to support the glass are some materials that I think have worked out really well. They're strong enough to support all of the heavy canned goods that we're going to be putting on the system. And again, I want to make it so easy to get to and so easy to see what's there. These materials ended up being something that was adjustable, modifiable, and very strong as well. So these are most of these are closet-made materials. I'll tell you what they are in a moment. So this is the, sorry about banging things around here, but this is the top bracket that goes along the ceiling. Now you probably can't see it in this shot, but I've actually got it upside down right now. So this top bracket actually has a small little flange here that sticks out. That's three-sided, like a piece of channel iron sticking out, and it's got a good backer plate that I can screw into, and these happen to be close enough where I can put some good anchors right through to the top plates on the studded wall behind this hardy backer board. And once that top plate is on, one of the reasons I like using the top plate in the ClosetMaid materials is because once I set that top plate and it's perfectly level, all of these vertical supports are all of the places where we mount the brackets are also level as well, so that the shelves are perfectly level without having to get your laser level or your transit or string lines out here to try and make sure that all of these shelves are going to be level. So by having that top bracket going across the top, that works out really, really well. Then I go ahead and I hang these brackets, and in these brackets there's double slots in them, and these are ClosetMaid ones that are made with a cutout for that square or channel iron section up above. So these actually just easily sit right up in there, and they hang. Now all of those holes that I'm going to be screwing through are all at the same level. Once I've got that top plate up there, all of these vertical support brackets the slots on them are all at the same level. Now I've got mostly on that side, the other wall, I've got 1 foot depth glass shelves. So this is a 1 foot depth support. And the thing I like about this, now these are Rubbermaid. This is ClosetMaid. And I like this bracket system better than Rubbermaid, but the Rubbermaid shelving units fit into the ClosetMaid support brackets, and I really like how these are a double flange. So it's like a piece of channel iron that gets nice and wide at the anchor at the base of it. It's notched so that these fit right into these slots, and they will support quite a bit of weight. I can't remember exactly how much weight. So I've got 12-inch depth ones and I have 10-inch depth ones. And you can see from the other shelves that we've already got up, it works out well. So I happen to have 10-inch glass shelves that are going up on this side. On the very top, where it's difficult to get at, where I won't be able to see things, I will put things like some of the cushions for some of the furniture outside. I'll put some paper towels, toilet tissue, those sorts of things up high where I'm not worried about getting hurt. So I'm always thinking about what level the shelf is at, how easy it is to see what you're grabbing and the materials there, and to see if anything's starting to leak as well, or if something has gotten into the materials. So that's what I'm doing up on this shelf today, and I'll post more videos showing how we progress. I have some more work to do in the other 2 rooms. I have some spackling to do in there to seal up some of the cracks in between some of the hardy backer boards. I've got to put a couple more coats of paint in there, and then get the doors mounted as well, and we'll be on our way down here. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the description below the description. If you found this video of value, please give us a thumbs up, and by all means, folks, have a great day. Bye-bye now.